Hi, it's Craig from Scratch at 50. So I've decided to do another golf psychology series, but this time they're going to be in a lot shorter, more condensed format. So very easy to watch, very easy to quickly understand. Okay, let's get cracking. Right, in part one we talked about process. In part two we're going to talk about routine and the importance of routine. Okay, for me there's two types of routine. There's your routine on competition day and there's your pre-shot routine, which everyone's probably heard about. Let's just quickly talk about routine on competition day. So for me, you should do exactly the same thing on every single competition day. That can be whatever you want it to be. For me, it's to get to the golf club an hour before my tee time. I come down to the range, I hit a number of shots, usually with the same clubs, working up my bag, hitting a few drivers, working back down my bag, finishing with a few lob wedges. Then I go to the chipping green, I hit a few little chips, just so I've hit some clips, some nice chip shots. Then I go to the putting green, hit some putts, finish off by holing some really nice 3-footers. So I've had that positive mental thought of those putts going in. Then I head to the first tee. What that means is by sticking to that routine, every time I get on the first tee, I'm in a pretty relaxed frame of mind because I know I've done everything I can to try and make that first tee shot as good as it can possibly be. If you turn up with a different routine or without any warm-up whatsoever, you know, you just can't expect to hit a decent tee shot off the first every time. And your first tee shot can actually dictate how your round's going to go. You know, we've all been there. If you stripe it down the first, then we're off and running, you know, when we're in a good place. So try and have a routine on competition day that you stick to all the time. The second thing is pre-shot routine. So to play golf via a process, you must have a pre-shot routine, which you repeat and do the same every single time. That's a completely individual thing. It can be whatever you want it to be. For me, my pre-shot routine is I stand behind the ball, I pick out a mark in front of me, which would be in this case this leaf, which is on my target line, so I know that I've set up correctly. I then step into the ball, lining up my feet on that target. I take one look at the flag, or one look at my target, one look at the ball, one last look down, and then I just swing the club. So that's my pre-shot routine. And it's important that you repeat that on every single shot. So after a while, it just becomes automatic. And what that means is that when you start to get to the end of the round and maybe you're doing well, or you're nervous over a certain shot on a certain hole, by sticking to your routine, it means that you've got a better chance of executing that shot. You know, what people tend to do when they get nervous is they rush it or they get stuck over the ball because they're worried about it. You've got to get completely out of that. Just find a routine that works for you, stick to it on every single shot and repeat it on every single shot so you can fall back on that when you start to get nervous or you're doing well in a competition or you're worried about a certain shot. Okay, routines, very, very important. Okay. If you want to watch a lot more in-depth, longer video on the importance of routine, then please click on this video that's going to appear right now.